contaminated water. So if you
it was all brown and muddy.
Yeah,
I've seen some of the photos.
And muddy, and then not only that, but he took it a step further, and he found out that words can affect water. He found out that sound can affect water. He found out that thoughts can affect water. And one of the things he found out that affects water more than anything else was the effects of electromagnetic radiation. So if an electromagnetic radiation can break and keep that crystalline structure of the water in your body and on the planet in a broken state, well, guess what? I mean, your body is going to go down the stairs of health every day instead of up the stairs of health every day.
And people can debate, you know, whether or not the depth of our thoughts and everything inside of our bodies, own stressors and everything affects the way that the cells develop. And it, you know, in many ways it obviously does. But what is not debatable is that neurotoxins and radiation do absolutely affect our bodies in the water. And that is indisputable, and that's why their two main weapons are, of course, in many ways, EMF radiation, electromagnetic radiation, straight up radiation as well, but also contaminating the water supply is one of the biggest things, beyond even going into GMOs, beyond even going into BPA, beyond even going into all of that. And that's why we are dedicated to solutions on every single one of those fronts. We've studied every single one of those fronts with Dr. Group, with others, looking at it. Okay, the water supply is being attacked. Okay, our hormones are being attacked with the BPA. Okay, we're being attacked with the radiation. Okay, we're being attacked with these superbugs that sometimes are being let out of these labs or developed in one way or another. Every single front, we're researching this and analyzing it and coming up with solutions. Some you can do at home, some, you know, you can use key herbs and everything like that. Every single front, it's important to look at and develop solutions for.
Yeah, I was surprised to see that documentary that we carry here. I think it's, is it Take Back Your Power, guys? Is that the name of it? Where they were showing some bugs on a leaf, and they were exposing them to smart meter radiation. And you could actually see all the bugs jerk in unison as this thing was pulsing. Now, of course, in Europe, in Italy, they demand that when they put in smart meters, at least they demanded that they run the signal down the wires. But here, we're doing it with a heavy pulsing of wireless EMF. Why?
Oh, yeah.
It's not necessary. It's absolutely not. You've already got a wire running there, so why would they do that wirelessly?
And I used to live in an apartment where they had 20 smart meters clustered on the end apartment unit. Can you imagine living near that? But at the same time, it's funny because they say it does nothing. Look at the birds in India. There was an article about the birds in India. They had to start making it unattractive for them to hang around on cell towers because they were just all dying. But it's safe. Yeah. It's all safe. It's all really good for you. Everything's
Talk
good.
About a canary in a coal mine. Now we got birds on power lines.
Well, I think instead of alarm clocks next to our bed, we should just have smart meters.
Yeah.
Right next to our head at all times. Just like the inserts on all the pamphlets for cell phones say you can't don't hold it near your head. If you look at it, read it. Read your iPhone pamphlet. It's like, hold it 10 inches from your head. And don't ever put it near your ear, and don't use it for more than 15 minutes a day. It's all lawyer-written stuff because they know the research. They've known it for 20 years.
That's right.
And they just want to cover themselves because when everyone gets brain cancer and brain tumors and starts suing them, they'll say, "Hey, we told you it was going to kill you."
Dr. Laura Presley came in, and we were talking about smart meters, and she had a chart showing the amount of radiation that you get from different makes of phones, different models, a smartphone, an iPad, you know, an iPhone. And it was amazing the amount of radiation that's putting out there just in a standby mode. And so, yeah, her recommendation was to make sure that you put it in, you know, if you're going to set this and use it as an alarm clock, and a lot of people look at it the last thing before they go to sleep.
Just don't put it near your head.
Yeah, don't put it near your head. Put it in airplane mode.
And women, stop putting the cell phones in your bras under your shirts. It's not a good idea. But Dr. Group, what does this EMF on a daily basis really do to our bodies? What does it really, really do?
Well, the most damaging effect that it does is it alters the water and the communication between your cells. I mean, you know, if the water inside your body is heating up and it's shaking around, it's, you know, your cells might not be able to absorb the calcium and the protein and the minerals it needs to produce whatever it's going to produce, whether it's a hormone or whether it's a insulin or synovial fluid or whatever. So not only is it putting radiation in your system, which has been known to cause cancer, but it's also altering the water substance. And something very interesting that I found was looking at all these toxic disease-causing agents, how are they getting in the body? Because you would think as a medical doctor, you would say, all right, well, first of all, they don't make the link that all these toxins are coming into the body, but I was like, how are these things, how are people getting these into the cells or into the water to begin with? And something that was really shocking that I found that is a very closely guarded secret by Big Pharma is the fact that 95% of these disease-causing toxins enter your body through your intestinal lining, through your small intestine and your large intestine, which you have about 25 feet of small intestine and about 10 feet of large intestine. We have so many problems with intestinal disorders right now that it's rampant. Even from the time kids are born, they're constipated. You have IBS, you have bloating, you have gas, you have everything. But regardless of what you're taking in your body, the root cause of disease or the entry point of all these chemicals, especially since the GMOs are burning holes through the intestinal lining, is all these undigested food particles and toxins are going straight directly into the bloodstream. And then the body is having a hard time breaking them down. And the bodies are developing and storing these toxins in different types of organs, ultimately leading.
Stay with us. We're going to be right back with Dr. Group, and Alex is going to join us to talk about this new Michigan medical record law.
Brought to you by InfidelBodyArmor.com. When it hits the fan, don't be left without the body armor that will save your life. With prices starting at just $374.99 and ships free. Get yours at InfidelBodyArmor.com. Just won't quit.
Hi, Ted Anderson with Midas Resources. Is it time to convert paper 401ks and IRAs to solid gold and silver yet? Get our 10 Reasons book free. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
Are you happy doing your laundry with perfume detergents that irritate your skin? Are you happy washing your hands with stinking fragrances that gives your skin rashes? Are you happy paying new, higher prices for smaller boxes? Find your happiness today with our 1 to 4 year supply of pure soaps or our 1 to 2 month sampler with bar soap, shampoo, laundry, and dish soap at 5starsoap.com. You deserve the best. Happiness is 5starsoap.com.
General, what do you think about the FBI saying that there's a terror alert on Monday about a potential Fort Hood situation?
The police are shoving people, shoving Alex, shoving the crowd.
Here we go, folks. I'm being assaulted.
Whether it's the radio show, the news websites, documentary films, or the nightly news, InfoWars is the tip of the spear.
Is this another false flag stage attack to take our civil liberties and put more homeland security while sticking their hands down on pants on the streets?
It's up to us to set brush fires in the minds of men and women everywhere. And that's what PrisonPlanet.tv is designed to do.
You watch, the Assad regime is going to be blamed or accused of using chemical weapons against the so-called rebels.
What we see now is a war against reality. It's a war against the truth.
It's more vital than ever that supporters of freedom become members of PrisonPlanet.tv and share their membership with up to 11 friends and family. Visit InfoWarsNews.com today. Become a member, share your membership, and help take the InfoWar to the next level.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
Why do over 50% of North Americans suffer from some form of chronic ailment? Could it be due to a toxic overload? It's time to take back your life. Get the lead out as well as the cadmium, mercury, and calcium. Extendovite is a garlic cayenne supplement with 5 other herbs that acts like a natural Drano, cleaning out the stored toxins, restoring your energy and youthfulness that we've lost. If you would like to live your life free of sickness, pain, or fear, then Extendovite is for you. Available in either capsules or liquid, you too can see why Extendovite is the #1 heart drop available. To order, call 1-877-928-8822. That's 1-877-928-8822, or visit our website at heartdrop.com.
Extend your life with Extendovite. Watch me! Watch me! I got it! Watch me! I got it! Hey!
Welcome back to the Alex Jones Show. I'm David Knight here in Austin with Anthony Gucciardi, and we are on the phone with Dr. Group. And we were just talking about toxins and EMF and the effects that they have on our lives and about what we can do about it. What can we do about it, Dr. Group? How do we defend ourselves? How do we take control of our health, of our family's health?
Well, the first thing is to be educated about it. You know, obviously listening to Alex and listening to all of us and learning about going through your kitchen and learning about what the chemicals are that you're putting in your body, and then also, paying attention. We've done a lot of research in developing the Survival Shield X2 and the InfoWars product line, InfoWars Life product line over there, using, very state-of-the-art equipment and processing technologies that we're going to be showing you some behind-the-scenes footage of fairly soon, and I'll be talking through some of those videos. But the best thing people can do is to drink clean water, number one. Drink clean water, and I always add organic apple cider vinegar in there, raw organic apple cider vinegar. Right here, if you want to look at some of the things that we're doing, especially with iodine, that's one of the most important substances that I've found that can help restore your health, because there's so many conditions of hypothyroidism out there, and there's so many conditions of iodine deficiency. So what we do, how we start with that, is we get the purest iodine crystals that you can find from deep in the earth, like Anthony was talking about earlier. And these are high purity. That's 99.99% pure iodine crystals.
Now let's be clear though, that is the highest purity grade in the world right now. And you're the only one providing that.
Yes, it is. We've gone through to great extents to be able to solidify this source, because we test every batch of iodine that's coming in as well to make sure it's pure, to make sure there's no radiation in it. Some of the other companies out there are using iodine from sea sources, and I'm not saying that could be contaminated, but with everything that's happening with Fukushima right now, and Fukushima pretty much going critical, and all
well, whether it's from a sea source, it can be good if it's pure, but we've made a decision right now to transfer to this key process where it is 7,000 to 10,000 feet below the earth. And it's interesting now how, amid all of this, we just looked at this with Dr. Group and found this to be the key thing. But it's interesting now, all these stories coming out from the World Health Organization and others, such as this one that just came out: pregnant women need iodine supplement, doctors say. But they don't tell you what kind of iodine to take. They give you the bad iodine. The iodine that is better than nothing that the government is hoarding, but overall you can't be taking on a daily basis. They give you potassium iodide. And that's not something you want to be taking on a daily basis to protect yourself. It's something that you only want to take if you're seeing a mushroom cloud come up.
Right. It's an emergency measure, right?
Or if you're
just fill up the thyroid so that you don't absorb the radiation so quickly into your thyroid.
Exactly.
So it's just a blocking mechanism.
It's a blocking mechanism. Or you could argue, really, that with all of the sodium fluoride in the water supply, that it's basically like we're seeing a mushroom cloud right now, and it could be beneficial, and it's better than nothing. But we weren't satisfied with better than nothing, so we had to go with the real serious nascent iodine from the actual crystals deep within the earth, and now we've transferred to this whole new process. And what Dr. Group was saying is basically this is the front line of defense against the toxins that are going into your body. This is the front line of defense we've found, according to the research, according to the experts, the front line, and that is why it is called Survival Shield, and now we have X2. And we're going to be showing the crystals on screen at prisonplanet.tv or infowars.com/show, and some of the other processes as well.
Yeah, if you're watching the video feed, we've got some shots there from the laboratory, and we're going to be talking to Dr. Group when we come back. He's going to show us a little bit of the processes there. We've already seen some shots of that iodine that they're getting from 7,000 feet below the earth. Stay tuned. We're going to be right back, and Alex is going to be joining us. Stay with us.
This is GCN, the Genesis Communications Radio Network.
This is Scottish John for Infowars.com. I know that most of you here in this commercial already know about the New World Order, eugenics, and all the other issues covered here at Infowars. The question is, do your friends and family know? If not, then I want to know why. Oh, I know it's tough to talk about this with some people. They might call you names, or they just want to talk about sports or soap operas. I say, so what? There's a battle going on out there right now. The ammunition is information, and the soldiers are you. It's time to transform your game from passive listening listener to active participant. We from Scotland have had our skin in this game for the greater part of the last 1,000 years, and I'm still fighting. If we don't all stand up right now, we're going to lose everything. The InfoWar is worldwide. Tell your friends about InfoWars and let them know that InfoWars doesn't print bull. It's real journalism and news backed up by documented fact. Step up and take your friends and family to InfoWars.com, PrisonPlanet.tv and PlanetInfoWars.com. The truth will set them free.